gotta say to my phone on the big phone. Been around the world, don't speak the language, but your booty don't need explaining. All I really need to understand is when you talk dirty to me. Talk dirty to me. Talk dirty to me. Talk dirty to me. Get jazzy on. Can I make it say?
Honey, 20 mil, make it cash on. Honey, need a lamb with that ass on it. Don't show me that little booty, put some pants on it. But baby, you freaky, make her dance on it. Ever since I got money, I got attitude. Can't be no broke, I might get mad at you. Can't be no broke, baby, I might get mad at you. Can't be no, now I might just snatch your boo. All this shit I got it straight out the pie. I got a coupé on my bike, I'm making it hot. Used to ride polos and products, used to put grams on my side. Used to on the corner, now me and baby on the yacht. Honey, 20 mil, make it cash on. Honey, need a lamb with that ass on it. Don't show me that little booty, put some pants on it. But baby, you freaky, make her dance on it. Ever since I got money, I got attitude. Can't be no broke, I might get mad at you. Can't be no broke, baby, I might get mad at you. Can't be no, I might just snatch your boo.
You know I ain't coming again. I see you on the dance floor. No more, bitch, no more. And I've been here trying.
So baby, so give me good love. So baby, so give me good love.
I got what you need. Can't f with me. You wanna move cities, then come to me. Wanna have fun with me, like I'm a risk, no bumming me. I wanna rock like rock with me. I so good, she gon' come for me. I'm so on my lean, I'm baby king. Ring cost a quarter key. It's 5% she around with me. It's like 10 American, ain't even compare 'em. Don't play with the stones, you play out there. Honey, 20 mil, make it cash on. Honey, need a lamb with that ass on it. Don't show me that little booty, put some pants on it. But baby, you freaky, make her dance on it. Ever since I got money, I got attitude. Can't be no broke, I might get mad at you. Can't be no broke, baby, I might get mad at you. Can't be no, I might just snatch your boo.
For my theme song, my leather black jeans on, my by any means on, and I'm getting my scream on. End of the kingdom, but what should you bring home? They see a black man with a white woman at the top floor, they gon' give the King Kong. Middle America packed in, came to see me in my black skin. Number one question they asking, ask every question you asking. If I don't get ran out by Catholics, here comes some conservative Baptists, claiming I'm overreacting. Let them black kids in Chirac bin. 4 in the morning, and I'm zoning, they say I'm possessed. It's the omen, I keep it 300, like the Romans, 300, with atrocious, baby, we living in a moment. I've been a menace for the longest, but I ain't finished. I'm devoted, and you know it, So follow me up, cause it's about to go. I'm doing 500, I'm out of control, but there's no way to go, and there's no way to slow. If I knew what I knew in the past, I would have been blacked out on your ass. And I'm zoning, they say I'm possessed. It's the omen, I keep it 300, like the Romans, 300, with atrocious, baby, we living in a moment. I've been a menace for the longest, but I ain't finished. I'm devoted, and you know it, Stop all like early morning cartoon, This is a good, up your whole afternoon. I'm aware I'm a wolf. As soon as the moon hit, I'm aware I'm a king. Back at the tomb, black at the room, stop at the coon, gasping. Unison breathing, you gasping. These niggas ain't ready for action. Ready for action. 4 in the morning, and I'm zoning. They say I'm possessed. It's the omen. I keep it 300, like the Romans. 300, where the Trojans. Baby, we living in a moment. I've been a menace for the longest, but I ain't finished.
I speak it every day. I'm trying to get it poppin' each and every way. It's one nation under goons. My goons are stripping all these cats down in the under rules.
Welcome inside the Jack Simpson Gymnasium. If you picked only one game to watch this year, it's a good one to start on. It's the Crowchild Classic featuring the visiting Mount Royal Cougars facing off against the University of Calgary Dinos. I'm Brent Ingram, joined by Kate Finley, and we are very excited for the rematch of what was an incredible set of games last season.
Yeah, I feel as though this goes 5 every year. So if you were not prepared for some free extra set volleyball, you are now forewarned that I don't think we've ever had non-barn burners at the Crowchild Classic.
It certainly was last time. It was the Dinos' 5-set win on Saturday night. We hope that this game, regardless of the result, lives up to that level of play.
Yes, of course. And crowd's starting to fill out right now, but this one, I mean, Mount Royal just being about probably, 10 kilometers down the road, if
Something
that.
like that, yeah.
Very close, just right, all along Crowchild, hence the title. But a lot of Mount Royal fans likely to also be in the stands tonight.
We're expecting a pretty even matchup as we take a look at the head-to-head stats here. Both teams staying pretty close, none closer than hitting percentage, almost dead even to the 1,000th percent.
Yeah, and when you consider the fact that these teams, they've both played a couple of like very, very strong or expectedly strong teams in this conference. So this hitting percentage I expect for both teams will rise throughout the season. But I mean, looking right now, blocks being another one that for Mount Royal, we know they have a couple of very, very big presences in the middle. Most notably, fourth year Emma Boyd, who the Dinos are very familiar with her playing in this building. She was one of the staple pieces in the team that made that U Sports U Sports championship match.
That's right. Only
back
2
in
years ago.
2022. Yeah.
Emma Boyd, and let's not forget Maya Morgan, also a fellow fourth year in the middle. That'll be something that the Dinos defense really has to contend with.
I mean, when you consider that your top two hitters for this Mount Royal program are their middle blockers, that tells you a lot about the kind of offense that they're running. And
like we can see here in the coaches' poll, very close in the standings. Mount Royal just edging out Calgary, sitting in 9th place. Both these teams currently 2-2 after similar results, but very different weekends. The Dinos have split both, first against Manitoba in the home opening weekend, and then against Regina last weekend, whereas the Cougars first faced off against, what am I forgetting here? That was UFV, top-ranked UFV 6-0 in that first weekend, and then swept the Saskatchewan Huskies last weekend.
Yeah, and UFV, I think there was a lot of people who thought that UFV might drop with the loss of Gabby Atea, but nope, they are still firing on all cylinders. Yeah.
There's still one. But we're excited for a good match here. Notable if you're a Mount Royal fan, first season as bench boss, Rhonda Schmooland.
Yes, for anyone who is a Calgary volleyball player, whether they came up through the juniors, anything, you are familiar with Rhonda. She has been a staple within the volleyball community for as long as I can remember, for as long as I've lived here.
Yeah, and
she was my coach. She was the coach that coached me how to coach.
Wow. The generations of coaching here.
The coach's coach.
Short stints at Olds and also Briarcrest, where she picked up ACAC Coach of the Year last season and has made a swift transition to U Sports.
Very excited to see her succeed at this level, and we love female bench bosses.
We do.
Yeah, especially on a women's program. So head-to-head of two pretty incredible women.
Before we go any farther, we'll throw down to Tanya Blakeney for the national anthems and starting lineups.
Which include the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprised of the Siksika, Piikani, and Kainai First Nations, the Stoney Nakoda, and the Tsuut'ina First Nation. Stoney Nakoda includes the Chiniki Bearspaw and Good Stoney First Nations. City of Calgary, also home to Métis Nation of Alberta Districts 5 and 6. Will you please rise, remove your hats, and join us for the playing of our national anthem. Now, let's introduce some starting lineups versus the visiting Mount Royal Cougars. Middle, she is 5'11", number 3, Maya Morgan. Setter, standing 5'8", number 8, Lexi Herod. Outside, standing 6'1", number 10, Sydney Scatchard. And outside, standing 5'9", number 11, Grace Coulter. At middle, standing 6'2", number 13, Emma Boyd. And outside, she's 6 feet tall, number 15, Bronwyn Davies Nira. At libero, she's 5'4", number 1, Paige Davidson. Mount Royal Cougars coached by Wanda Schmulin in her first season, assisted by Julia Kreisen, Haley Rowe, and Brianna Horton. Now, the starting lineup for your University of Calgary Dinos. Middle, standing 6 feet tall, number 1, Sam Silva. Outside hitter, she's 6'2", number 2, Sophia Hansen. At middle, she's 6'2", number 6, Narelle Arnold. Outside hitter, she's 5'9", number 8, Dominique Deshotel. Setter, standing 6'3", number 12, Anya Fair. Outside hitter, standing 5'11", number 18, Daisy Olsen. And your libero, standing 5'6", number 4, Evia Bellero. University of Calgary Dinos, coached by Christine Biggs in her 4th season, assisted by Katarina Dolgath, Charles Lavritson, Tegan McGraw, Feng Zhao, Maggie Cowan, Kate Fougere. Today's game officials: Jenna Nickel, Jim Merrick, Avery Dillabo, Marta Salas Santa, Chris Hartley, and Emilio Guajardo. Let's play volleyball.
Well, it was a big game for the Dinos last Saturday against the Regina Cougars. Daisy Olsen with 16 kills in that match, followed by Sophia Hansen with 13. And Hansen leads the team in kills at the moment with 53. Was also 3rd in the Canada West for aces per set.
Not a bad start to the Canada West career.
Yeah, not bad at all. Anya Fair, I thought this was good, also had 6 kills in that match.
Woo!
With 38 assists.
I mean, you can't teach 6'3", that's for sure. It's great to see her starting to be a little bit more offensive. I do feel as though that's something that we don't see that often from her.
No, we didn't see it in the home opening weekend.
Yeah, she can be very defensive. She is a terrific blocker. I mean, 6'3" helps, but she's also just very technical in her block. But I love seeing setters get a little aggressive.
Absolutely. They can really throw off a defensive dynamic as well and give your team a lot of confidence in their offense.
Of course.
But we're going to start with Lexi Herod, the 4th-year setter, serving. Running into the middle, the pancake dig by Herod keeps it alive, and Davies Nira puts it over. Fair running a quick ball to Olsen, who hammers away through the seam, and that's the first kill of the night.
A bit of a pinball there. Defenders in the right spot, just sometimes too many cooks in the kitchen.
Sam Silva heading back to serve. Good night for her as well last Saturday. 6 kills on 11 swings with 0 errors. Great changeup on the right side. Number 10, Sydney Scatcher, the 3rd-year outside out of Kamoka, Ontario.
Oh, I haven't seen FCBC Forest City Volleyball Club since I'm from Ontario, and that was a team that we used to play against all the time.
Oh, blast from the past. Tough serves from Scatcher. Deshotel tries to track that one down. Olsen has to tip it over in trouble. Davidson read it well. Big swing down the line. High, hard, and deep from number 11, Grace Coulter.
Yeah, that one, just blockers opting to give her the entire line, and she took every inch of it.
Hitting the deep corner with some speed. The transfer from Sate. That ball gets away from Hansen. She'll have a swing at it. High ball down the line, picked up by Herod. Davidson pushes it high for Bronwyn Davies-Nira. Nice dig by Bellero off the block. Tips back over, and Herod's going to run the middle in transition. That's a great shot from Emma Boyd in the middle.
Just a lot of really great discipline there on the MRU side. There was a lot of plays there that just demanded ball control.
Yeah, a lot of tricky plays, a lot of creativity. It's down to the defense to stay disciplined, stay grounded. Cougars take an early 3-1 lead. A better pass from Deshotel. The outside set is falling inside, tipped over. And Scatcherd swinging from the back row gets a piece of the fingertips. The Dinos keep it alive. Run Olsen, no approach, and rolls it off the fingertips of the block. In response, Bronwyn Davies-Nira rolls it over. Bellereau ready for that one. Into the middle, tipped down by Arnold. And there's some play at the net. It will be Emma Boyd touching the net. Point Dinos.
Yeah, I like that aggression in there from Narelle Arnold. Got to be a little careful with the hold on that hand. That was I think a half a second.
Yeah, just a little bit longer.
Getting sticky, but
too early to
it was
call.
Nice aggression.
Olsen going after Scatcherd. And Coulter swings through the seam. Anya Fair nearly got there, but that one's out of reach for another outside kill by Grace Coulter.
Yeah, that one just a little tough for Anya Fair to tell how close she was to that scorer's desk. At this point, early in the match, you're not throwing your body sacrificially.
Boyd, fourth-year middle out of Whitehorse, serving. Goes after Hansen once again. The middle set's not quite high enough there for Arnold. Davies-Nira swinging, trying to find some room down the line as that block was really crowding her towards the antenna. But it's a swing into the net as the block accomplishes its job, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, sometimes it's not even about getting that touch, it's about the presence.
Rookie outside, Sophia Hansen. Tough serve from her. Handled very well by Paige Davidson. Tipped over, Desautel comes crashing over. Gets a high ball outside. And a tough ball for her because she's jumping out and trying to swing back in.
Yeah, and that one tough for Dominique Desautel. Also, like, kind of as a reach back, she's trying so hard to get back into position.
Third year from Newcastle, Ontario. Bronwyn Davies-Nira with a tough serve. Desautel passes well and swings off the block. Perfect slowdown from Herod, who runs Maya Morgan out of the middle. The tip is dug by Bellereau. Hansen out of the back row, looking for a touch of the fingertips, but won't find it.
Yeah, that set was coming in a little bit too inside for Hansen. She's also looking around trying to make sure that she's not trampling over her teammates.
Well, a lot of heat on that float serve from Davies-Nira. Tipped over by Desautel. And the center dump is picked up nicely and swinging on two, just in case the first one's a touch. The step run, Bellereau gets a piece of it, but it'll fall.
And right now, the soft block working really, really nicely for the Cougars. They're able to slow down a lot of these swings. Not necessarily terminal blocks, but at the end of the day, just being able to soften that impact, giving your defender so much more time to get under it and get a good pass.
High in the middle. And the pipe swing is going to be a little bit too low. I see them trying to establish that. Maybe not the best moment for it as the Cougars take a 5-point lead early in the match.
And I think right now, super early in this match, you're seeing Anya Fair start to try to find her hitters in different ways. And she's testing things out and seeing what's working.
Yeah,
and
no better time.
Yeah, no, this is
that.
the time you do this, right? This is the time when you start to see whether something is working inside, how the shoulders are starting to feel, what connection you have, who has chemistry tonight. Chemistry is a fickle thing.
Yes, it is.
Sometimes she's there and sometimes she is not. And the only way to figure it out is to keep trying and to keep adjusting.
We've seen the Lions, or excuse me, the Dinos have a lot of success with these back row runs.
Yes, absolutely.
Past Daisy Olsen and Sophia Hansen looking very comfortable swinging from the back row.
Yes, yeah, Daisy Olsen especially, we've watched her be a back row force on offense for the better part of the last 3 years. Definitely a player who heats up throughout a match.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Fourth, fifth sets, she is a force to be reckoned with.
I would be curious to see her stat lines. I mean, I'm sure this is easily available to us. I just don't have it off the tip of my hands.
Yeah.
But her stats from like a set 1 versus a set 4. I'm sure that they are
That's
dramatically
something
different.
I'll be up late doing that tonight. Coming back in after the timeout, Bronwyn Davies-Nira continuing to serve. Hard serves down the line. Desautel swings away, but Davidson was ready for it with a nice dig. And Coulter continuing to attack line. Gets another kill for it. This time, not really swinging past the block, swinging through the block, and really testing it.
So we'll see a setter sub here. Anya Fair just struggling to find her hitters early in this match. I have no doubt we will see her back into this match. And you know what? Sometimes a coach's point is just as on timeout is just as effective on a sub. Yeah.
Hard to argue with the results.
Yeah. And we've seen Amelia Anderson come in for Anya Fair in this gym in the past, like, just this year.
Oh, yeah.
Very similar setters because they're both coming at such a high point of contact, so it doesn't make a huge adjustment for hitters.
Yeah, Anderson at 6 feet. And with 61 assists already in the season. Outside, Coulter once again attacking with impunity, it seems. Dinos haven't found a way to stop her yet.
A little bit of rage there.
Starts with a perfect pass from Scatcherd there. And the spin serve from Coulter looks just the same, just 30 feet back. And we will burn the second of both timeouts. Christine Biggs has something to say and doesn't want to wait any longer to say it.
Sometimes with a spin serve too, I do find coaches' points are the most effective against a spin server.
A lot to think
yeah,
about.
getting out of their routine, giving their arm just a quick moment to cool down. Those are two really big arm swings from Coulter, both off of offense and on the serve.
Grace Coulter with 25 kills and 28 digs so far in the season, and if games continue to go like tonight, I'm sure she will be making appearances in the top 5 of aces and kills.
We look like we're in a rather than
And, you know, we talked about how both of these teams have very similar hitting efficiency. Right now, MRU definitely playing the more aggressive, but we also know that this Dinos team, they find the most success when they play with the most aggression.
Absolutely right. Hansen handles the spin serve. And Anderson chasing it down. I don't know if it was a net touch or a foot under.
I think a foot under. And you know, that one on the run, trying to get out of the way of your hitter, trying to keep their knees and feet safe.
And just trying to flick it nicely up for the left side. It's a tough thing to do as the service run from Coulter comes to an end. Anderson floats. Davidson pops it up into the middle. A quick ball right through the seam from Maya Morgan with another kill.
Yeah, block just gave a little bit of an opening on that one.
And Morgan's hitting that one basically on its way up. Quick run, yeah, only a millisecond for Sam Silva and Dominique Deshotel to react. Split second too late. Inside to Olsen, got her work cut out for her, rolls it. And Scatcherd swings away, tries to find the same magic through the seam of the block, but the Dinos are ready for it and shut it down.
Yeah, and a nice clever play there from Daisy Olsen. She wasn't quite in the position to make a big hard swing, but always good to do whatever you can to take out a setter.
Step run outside, tipped over, and Hansen gets a hand on it. And looks like Davies Nira might have thought it was falling out, but defense deciding otherwise, called it a carry.
Yeah, you could tell she was definitely going for the tool on that one, but her teammates not aware.
Tip over from Boyd. Deshotel trying to run it down, but it's a little bit too far out of reach. And Emma Boyd attacking from such height. There's a lot of options when you're up there.
Whew.
Good call by, I'm assuming, Bellero.
I believe that was called by Bellero, yeah. Hard for us to tell. We see the back of them.
Number 13, Kaylin Tanton, fourth year out of Cochrane. Will come on to serve.
She can have a dagger of a serve.
Tough
And
one, right off the bench with the ace, dropping in front of the defense.
Kills you slow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, her float serve just does not go where you think it's going to go. It has so much movement, and it moves so slowly that it's so deceptive.
That puts them in trouble once again. High ball to the outside. Davies Nira finds the seam.
That was a stunning set from Alexa Herod. Just pushed all the way out.
Herod in the top 5, 5th in the Canada West for assists per set, 8.07. Desautel tracks down the second ball. Dinos give up a free ball. No block on the right side, and Davies Nira makes no mistake. See, this is the advantage of having such good middles,
Yeah, absolutely.
that you make the job a lot harder for the left sides.
Yeah, you definitely have to honor Emma Boyd out in that front position. She is leading their team in kills. She should be the person that you think most good passes are going to be going towards.
Here comes Davies Nira once again. She says thank you very much with the overpass kill. The Cougars are running away with this first set, 17-9.
Yeah, and Narelle Arnold doing whatever she could there to try to slow that one down, but when it's coming with that angle is just always to the benefit of the attacker.
Hansen swinging away, trying to go for the deep corner, but gets away from her.
So far, the story of this match to me has been a little bit of Dinos in their head. They haven't been able to quite crack a code for what works for them, whereas MRU seems to be in the opposite position, where all of their hitters right now seem to be working really seamlessly.
Yeah, everything's fallen into place. And we'll see Miranda Baines come on the left side, immediately targeted by the serve, but a good pass. And a big swing through the seam. That's a right side kill from Daisy Olsen.
That was a really nice find there. Daisy Olsen, when she has her, like when that set is where she wants it, she hits it so flat. It's almost like a float kill coming towards you.
And much harder to dig
Yeah.
when it doesn't have any of that characteristic spin. And a good swing by Grace Coulter, jumping very high and kind of swinging,
like on her way down.
Yeah, and it's at the apex of her jump, which is higher than you would think.
Yeah, at 5'9", she's not swinging like 5'9". That being said, we say the same thing about Dominique Desautel all the time too.
Yeah, they're like bizarro teams of each other. You know that episode in every TV show
Yeah.
with a group that's the same but not the same. And Emma Boyd makes it 20 serving 10 with an ace serve rolling off the tape. Oh, even tougher serve, but that one does come back over. Outside, Coulter works the block, and she has been just dynamite in this game. So it's 6 kills in the first set alone, and I don't know if she has any errors yet.
Yeah, she's really running a very, very fast offense. Or sorry, she's hitting at such like her arm swing is coming with such speed. It's very difficult to block against that. Your timing is going to be different.
Baines rolls it. The dig is picked up by Boyd, and Davies Nira off the block, and that goes off. Another kill for the Cougars.
Yeah, Cougars having all kinds of great stuff in this first set. Looking very comfortable.
4 kills for Bronwyn Davies Nira. Just out. Good call, good leave.
I think Cougars were hoping that one actually caught her on the way out, but bounced first.
We'll have another substitution. Robin McLean switching out for Dominique Deshotel. A short serve from Baines, trying to catch the front row left side unawares. Even harder, but
as she should. At that point, you're up double on set point.
No reason not to.
I'd be swinging for the rooftop.
Thinking, I wonder if I can hit those people with the mics up there. Narelle Arnold serving, and it was a good serve, just a bit too long, and that will end the first set. Quick one, 25-12 for the Cougars, and we will be back for the start of set 2.
We are always in motion. Getting this, fixing that, arriving to destinations in life.
And Vincent. There's going to be 30 seconds, and each team is going to have one server and one catcher. The catcher has that red bucket, and all the catchers have to do is pick the balls that come over from their partner, serve them, and catch them in the bucket. It really sounds simple, but it can be challenging. 30 seconds is going to start. You're going to go at the same time. Jake and Emmett versus Elliot and Vincent. We're going to start in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, your first serve, let's take him. Nice catch. Oof, 1 and 1 for each team. Those high ones are hard, they can bounce out. Ooh, looking good. Oh, keep them in your bin, keep them in your bin. We gotta count them, keep them there, keep them there. We gotta count those catches. They're making it look easy. What is going on? Nice job, gents. Oh, that was the bad serve. There we go. Now it's a little more challenging. We got 3 seconds, 2, 1, and finish that catch. All right, we're gonna count these balls, count these catches, and see who our winner is. Jake and Emmett or Elliot and Vincent. I know each of them did throw at least 2 balls out, so you can add 2 to their tallies. 9 over here, 8 on the other side. I believe this is Elliot and Vincent. Elliot and Vincent are our winners. We've got a Dinos prize pack for you. Thanks for playing.
Well, the Cougars basically played a perfect set of volleyball. 3 attack errors, 15 kills.
Home-cooked meal always helps.
That is, you know what? They're at home.
They are at home, yeah. Slightly different gym, but same comforts of home.
Yeah, 13 kilometers is not a huge difference.
Did we clarify? Yeah,
I
13
think so,
kilometers.
Yeah. But for the Dinos, there's a few things to iron out. It starts, I think, with the passing. They weren't really able to find their rhythm on serve receive.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now it seems as though, so Anya Fair back in to set. So we'll see whether or not she's able to find that connection with her hitters. That first set, there was only really a handful of sets that felt as though they were in that sweet spot where the team could be aggressive and make smart choices. But again, yeah, like exactly what you were saying. First pass plays such a big role.
Hansen serving, we're getting back into it. Start of the second. Boyd chips it away off the block and comes right back over. They get another shot. The second swing off the hands of Desautel, contesting the swing each time, but the second one goes off the block and out.
And you know what I have to say? This is an understated Emma Boyd. We are used to seeing her like punk rock kick when she's excited when she's scored a point. I think we're seeing a more...
It's a little more business-like.
Yeah, more business-like temperament from this Cougars team.
Could be the Ronda Schmulin effect.
Yes.
Big swing down the line. That was Daisy Olsen, and that's what she was looking for all first set. Trying to set the standard early. And Davidson reading a tip, perhaps, standing a bit far up on the line. And they'll call that one-handed set attempts by Herod.
You know what? I don't like that call. I thought that was pretty well done.
Hey.
Given the place, I mean, this is such a subjective call. Of course, every ref is going to have a different idea, but I thought the speed of that was fast.
A great block in the middle. Narelle Arnold shuts down Emma Boyd.
And so far, a more comfortable and more aggressive start here for the Dinos.
Deep serve taken by Davidson. Quick ball outside. Blocked back over, but Davidson picks it up. Davies Nero rolls it, and Fair posts it up on that line. Cross-court swing and another kill for Daisy Olsen, who's got four.
Two in the set on four in the match, which should give you an idea of how the first set went.
Yes. Silva serving well. That cross-court serve, a lot of distance for it to travel. And that set dying far enough inside that Davies Nero could do nothing with it.
Yeah, Herod doing everything she could there to try to get two hands on underneath that one. A bump set likely would have given her a little bit more range, but I respect the commitment to hands.
This one going down the line, taken by Scatcherd, and Emma Boyd detonates on that ball.
And that is the Emma Boyd that we are very familiar with in this gym.
Always brings the heat.
Yeah, she has such a powerful arm swing.
Big serve from Scatcherd. They're picking on Desautel, who swings off the block. It's picked up, and Davies Nero will swing in return. Roll shot to Fair. Quick ball outside, tip down the line, and that'll do it for Desautel.
Nice crafty play there from Desautel. Scatcherd doing a really good job of getting a hand on that and getting a great rundown.
Yeah, covering 6 and kind of between the 6-1 seam and ready to move over. That's a tough ball to dig.
Just so hard to bring that back into the court.
Sets it right over. Bellero ready for it. And the center dump. No one expecting that one. Anya Fair gets a kill.
I wasn't even expecting that one. And normally I get the spidey tingle. I didn't call at all. That was crafty. She had, that is, whew.
That's tough.
Not even a shoulder down, nothing.
Good pass from Davidson and Coulter. Oh, the Dinos had the first block on Coulter, but the Cougars are bailed out by a net touch.
And one-on-one solo blocks, you have to be so much more aggressive in it. It is the time where you're more likely to have net calls. You're trying to take up more space.
Great pass by Hansen on that serve. Tipped over by Arnold, but it's dug by Herod. And two big blockers up on Bronwyn Davies Nera. Narelle Arnold shuts it down for another kill, or block.
Yeah, Narelle Arnold, one of the better blockers that we've had in this Dinos team. She just reads shoulders really, really well.
Short serve from Desautel, kept alive. It will come over. Arnold with the first ball. Quick ball outside to Hansen, but Bronwyn Davies Nera saw that one coming.
Hansen wanted that one. You could see it. You could see her eyes get big on that set. She thought she had a one-on-one there. She almost did have a one-on-one.
the line. That one gets away from Hansen.
I think we've got a little bit of a
little battle?
Yeah, you can see a bit of a stare down there, a bit of a, she's targeting.
Yes. There's no ambiguity about it anymore.
No. You get the block, you get the ace. We'll see if she continues to go after Hansen.
Into the seam, and Bellero will take that one. Hansen rolls it off the block. Davies-Nera gets a hand on it. Free ball over to the Dinos, rolling over the tape. Here the Cougars have another shot. Coulter swings to the deep court. Picked up by Deshotel, and Hansen off the block, back over to the Dinos side. Fair. Setter dump coming right over, and it looked like Coulter could see that one coming, but couldn't quite do anything about it.
Yeah, it almost felt like she tried to move her arms out of the way of it.
Nice and high in a good spot. And the left hand too strong from Anya Fair.
Yeah, Anya Fair just saying, I'll just do it myself.
Oh, good find into the middle, but the blocking presence ready for that run as Anya Fair picks up another point.
Really nice read there from Anya Fair. That was not an easy ball to tell where that one was going. Herod doing a really nice job right now of keeping her shoulders really disciplined, not giving away too much of how much power she's going to put into these sets.
Scotchard backing up, despite a couple of out calls, follows it to the end, but lost track of it at the last second.
Yeah, I think was she trying to move out of the way, and then I couldn't tell. I've got something in my way. It's like right exactly.
That I think what you said is what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunate there from Silva. Got a good touch on the first contact, that block on Morgan. But the second one coming down and putting it straight back into the net. Now this will be a good test here for the Dinos. How quickly can they get out of this rotation as Grace Coulter heads back to serve. It's a good pass to start, and Hansen.
The answer is right away.
Right away. That is exactly what you want to see if you're Christine Biggs. That calm side out to get out of a serve that gave you so much trouble last set.
And it was a great serve from Coulter.
The Dinos keep the lead. 12 serving 6. Back row to Brownwood Davies-Nera, has to chip it over. Hansen swings off the block, and it's Lexi Herod with the stuff down the line.
You know what, a 5'8" stuff on a 6'2" attacker, that's a good day for a setter any day.
That's something to get excited about. And keeps the right arm strong.
And Hansen's still waiting for her opportunity.
Great pass by Bellero. Fanned on over. And in response, there goes Sydney Scatchard through the seam once again. And we're finding that the Cougars attackers really can find their way through these blocks.
Yeah, really trying to figure out where that's, like how big that, I mean, that seam, I think Silva coming in with her hands together as opposed to wide.
Perfect pass from Hansen. Tipped over from Silva. Quick ball to the outside. Kept alive, and they will call it double contact.
Yeah, we'll see if Christine Biggs lets her team pull themselves out of this rotation.
It's a tough one there with Fair in the back row, having to book it up to the front. Good high pass. Right side. Oh, down the line, and almost dug by Maya Morgan. But that is a Dinos kill.
And that is probably a swing that Hansen has been waiting for.
I think so. Right in the zone, kind of drifting out towards the right side pin. Quick ball to the outside. Good block by Olsen, but it's played back up, this time inside, and that one catches the line, catches a piece of the block as well.
Yeah, Scatchard really having her way with that front line right now.
And Herod is running the out-of-system offense very quick, not letting the Dinos have any time to breathe. Short serve going after Deshotel. High ball to the outside, in trouble. Goes off the block, and that one will fall.
A bit of a miscommunication on that one. You saw the ankles lock of every single one of those defenders.
Yep. A campfire, as it's known. Cougars seems like they're not really picking on any one left side. It's only front row left side. That's the strategy, and it's working out well for them. The tip from Emma Boyd picks up a kill for the Cougars.
Yeah, and Cougars just doing a nice job of just staying tight. They're only down 3. At one point, this was quite a larger gap, but they're just chipping.
Yeah, and the lead's been 3 for a little while. So both teams siding out very well. Right side to Olsen. Nice pickup by Herod. Overpass is dug, and it's just out on the overpass kill, or the attempted kill.
I like the aggression there from Coulter. It seemed like a bit of a...
Not a Hail Mary,
yeah,
but
a bit of a Hail Mary, an unnecessary Hail Mary on that one.
yeah.
It would have been really cool if it had worked.
Yeah, I like the idea. No reason we can't have fun with this.
Yeah, of course.
Roll shot from Coulter. And Fair runs the middle, but ooh, almost. I'm not even sure how that didn't go over.
Yeah, like
Tipped up
and then changed its mind.
Emma Boyd back to the service line, and Maya Morgan up to the front. Right over the tape. Center dump is red. Herod was ready for that one. Davies Nera off the block. Kept alive, and yeah, I would have had a hard time letting that one go.
But see, now that in NCAA now would have been fine.
What if it's fine?
Would have been fine, which is crazy.
Is it an experiment that they're just some context there?
I think it's a bit of like let it play. Yeah, so NCAA has changed that second contact will not have any. That was a foot violation on that one, actually.
Hard to tell from where we're at, but flushed down. Blink and you'll miss it. Kill from Maya Morgan, and like you said, the Cougars are chipping. They're chipping away. What was a 3-point lead is now down to 1.
Yeah. Not sure ref caught that one though. There was a full foot over the line on that serve. That's okay. It's part of the game.
It's part of the game, you know. That's why we don't have robot umps.
Yes.
Robot refs.
Human error is literally. That's what I don't like about baseball now. They've put so much as robotic now, and so much as not decided by the umpires. And I don't. You know what? Let bad things happen. Let dumb things happen.
That must be in quite a minority there. I think there's a lot of people who want more robotic.
But you know what? I would also say, as someone who has a lot of family, a lot of friends who love soccer, they hate VAR. They hate it.
Interesting.
Because a lot of it is you're going for minute, things that would never. It's one thing if it's blatant and you're just making sure there's a call.
Yeah, that's true.
In my mind, if you can't tell when it's blurry, then it's a human error. If you're getting into the minuscule, you can see it hit, the it touches the uniform, stuff like that. I'm let it. It's fine. Human error is part of sports.
Hey.
But yes, I agree that I'm definitely in the minority on this one.
What is the system called that, is it Eagle Eye in volleyball, in FIVB where
something like that, yeah. Or Hawkeye?
I think it's Hawkeye.
Yeah.
There may come a day when the U Sports has that technology.
See, that one I'd be fine with. Woo.
Big swing, Dominique Deshotel out of the timeout.
And she has been looking for one of those all match too.
Yeah.
Dominique Deshotel is such a fiery player. She swings so aggressively no matter what the set is, where I feel like there's a lot of other hitters that need the set to be somewhere. She doesn't care.
And it's a big part of her game, especially when she's shouldering the role of serving target right now. And another Dinos point, Narelle Arnold ready and waiting to close up that shot.
Yeah, you saw the seam close, all 4 of those hands just perfectly in line. That was a really nice and disciplined block from Hansen and Arnold.
The Dinos have come out firing after this timeout. That one goes into the net. Cougars back within 2.
Yeah, not sure Dominique Desautels got the toss that she wanted on that one. Seemed a little in front of her.
The Cougars still chipping away, but now it's up to the Dinos to reassert themselves and kind of remember the position that they're in and how they got here. Tough serve and put over. No arguments from anyone. It's a tight leash tonight.
Yeah, Olsen going for the 2 arms. I mean, you want the more control from the 2 arms, but one, yeah.
Like we say almost every time, that's the standard.
Yeah, the standard has been set.
Wow, 0 spin. 0 rotations per minute.
Yeah.
On the ball. That one floats out. Scatchard handles that one well. Nice dig from Desautels off the arm of Coulter. Hansen decides to stay down. Morgan passes. Coulter swings off the block and gets that one to go.
Yeah, clever swing there from Coulter. Seeing the one-on-one, she definitely could have aimed for a seam, aimed for a pinball, but decided to use the tool instead.
It's a very, very effective shot to approach so aggressively like she does cross court and turn it back at the last second. Big serve from her rolling off the tape. Hansen swings down the line, and she'll get that one, fighting off a tough serve to get a nice pass and swing.
It's always nice when you get your own pass. Like, yeah, you're responsible for everything.
Earned that one.
Yeah. So often they want to take out a hitter on that first contact so that they're not in a position to make a big swing.
Herod backs up, has no choice, has to pump it over. Hansen, dug by Coulter. And Scatchard, not a lot of shots there, cross court. Dinos thought it was out, play continues. Hansen swings off the block. Perfect recycle, and the block on the outside. Sydney Scatchard absolutely shuts down Olsen.
I think there was a lot of confusion there from the Dinos. They definitely thought that that ball from Scatchard was outside the antenna.
Yeah, so it's pushed so far across court, if any part of it touches the plane that the antenna represents, it's considered out. But referees with a tough angle on calling that. A lot of goofy contact. And finally a real swing. This time it's Scatchard again, who ties it up at 19.
Yeah, that one just a lot of sticking with it. We talk a lot about ball control. Sometimes ball control's not that pretty.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just the, keep the balloon off the floor.
Yeah, just one hand, whatever you can do, one foot. And the Cougars have clawed their way back. All tied up at 19. The Dinos definitely playing a much better game, hitting about 21% on the set.
Just looking a lot more aggressive in this set.
I mean, if you watch the first set, there had to be some kind of reversion to the mean.
They weren't going to stay in that headspace for long.
So it's good for the Dinos to have risen to the occasion there. And it does feel like Coach Rhonda Schmooland said, it has been a steady push from the Cougars throughout most of this set. Because they were down by as much as
chipping.
What, 5?
I believe 6 at one point.
6 at the beginning of this set.
They've been just steadily chipping, 2 for every one, 3 for every one.
Now it's Maya Morgan serving for the Cougars. Approaching the red zone here in set 2, and an ace right off the bat. A rare one from Evia Bellero. Normally with such control over her platform, but that one caught her by surprise a little bit. Oh, 2 in a row. Maya Morgan this time a no-doubter right into the seam, and we'll see a Dinos substitution right away. It looks like Miranda Baines coming in.
And to do 2 in a row off of a libero, that's ballsy.
Very tough. Sometimes you have your spot and you're serving that spot, doesn't matter who's passing. Great pass by Baines. And the swing is denied. Scatcherd looking like a brick wall on left side.
And right now, Cougars just finding all kinds of ways to close. This is not the time of a match that you want to let things, when you want to ease up the tension.
High ball to the outside. Olsen rolls it over. Tipped over from Boyd in transition. Another free ball for the Cougars. Step run to Boyd. Good touch on the block by Daisy Olsen. Hansen swinging once again, this time tipped. Morgan was ready for it. And Scatcherd tips in response and finds some open court. Don't know if you caught that interaction. I don't. It seems like a bit of the experience matchup playing in Sydney Scatcherd's favor.
Definitely.
Knowing that Hansen is probably not looking to get blocked twice in a row. Cougars ready for that tip.
Yeah.
Here comes Olsen, tipped over. Morgan with some great digs. And Davies Nira sneaks it through the block. Right now, the Cougars can do no wrong.
Yeah, Cougars on a 5-0 run right now. And Dinos just having a really hard time answering for this aggression from the Cougars.
Set point. Poised to go up 2-0. Maya Morgan continuing to wreak havoc from the service line. Here comes Hansen. Swings down the line. Thought she had a touch. So did most of the Dinos bench, but that is not the call they will get. The second set comes to an end. The Cougars fight their way back and end it with authority. 25-19 and 2 sets to none so far.
November 11th, the most unforgettable day of the year.
All right, Dinos fans, I'm down here with Dinos fan, Jake. We're going to test your music knowledge.
All right.
All right, he's semi-confident. He says he knows certain genres, DJ McHale. We're going to put you to the test. We got a MASH gift certificate on the line for you. 3 songs, all you have to do is name 2. Artist or song title will work. All right, DJ McHale, let's see your song number 1.
To find the lovers of the... Oh, that's Shape of You, Ed Sheeran.
You nailed it. Let's hear song number 2. Oh. Ooh, a little bit more. I think he needs a little bit more, DJ.
That's why you have me.
Oh,
He's playing with you.
Side away. It's over now.
oh, Sean Kingston, Beautiful Girls.
Very nice, very nice. Just for the fun of it, let's hear song number 3.
Oh, I heard them say
Starting in my
Adele. Rolling in the Deep.
pictures bringing me
Yeah,
out the dark.
Adele, Rolling in the Deep.
You got it. Nice job. The MASH giving you a 10-inch pizza. Enjoy it, Jake. Thanks for playing.
And sell me out and I'll lay your ship, babe. See, I'll leave with every piece of you.
I think this every time, but I would be so bad at that little mini game. I know these songs, but not within like 5 seconds.
Yeah, like it really has to be such an iconic opening for you to be able to get it in the first kind of like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's tough. Hats off to him.
Yeah. Also, it makes you realize how many songs have identical cold intros.
That's, yeah. There's a lot of chord progressions that have been tested, and those are the money makers. Well, Kate, what's number one? What would one thing that the Dinos could do to turn this around?
Confidence.
Confidence. I like it.
I think there is a bit of a, like, I will always argue red zone is confidence. There's nothing, like, it's just how confident are you in your ability to close.
I would have to agree, and it definitely looks like, despite the difference in colors, it looks like the Cougars are playing at home, and it looks like they're playing their game. They're running the show tonight.
It definitely does seem as though they're a lot more confident on defense, which is making for a lot more. And a big close there right away.
Close, yeah, and a pretty tight set. Not a lot that Olsen can do with that one.
Yeah, that one's tough.
And Scatcherd gets another block to add to her stat line.
And Anderson in.
Big serve. That's Lexi Herod with an ace.
Anderson in for Anya Fair to start this third set in the center position. Still looking to find that chemistry with her hitters.
Yeah. And from what we saw in the second set, it looked like it was coming along.
It did. It definitely looked as though things were warming up, getting greased.
Quick ball to the outside. Nice dig by Grace Coulter. Davies Nero decides to stay down. Christine Biggs not happy. Tipped over by Boyd. Here's a chance for Olsen, who swings off the block of Boyd. Off the net, and Desautel swings away, tries to get a piece of the block, but couldn't find it. I see where Biggs is coming from. These are certain plays that you got to make those.
Yeah, and we talked a lot in that first set about ball control, that being like one of the big things right now that MRU is doing really, really well on these easier plays. It's perfect passes. And
great
there you
looking
go.
Side out.
That is a much smoother swing there from Sam Silva. Comes off of the platform of a really, really nice pass from Anderson, off of a really, really nice pass from Bellerose.
Tricky serve from Silva. Facing cross court and then cuts it back down the line. Catches Scatcherd off guard and gets an ace for it.
Yeah, Scatcherd has been the target of quite a lot of the serve pressure.
Tries to do the same thing twice in a row. That one gets away from Silva. And Sydney Scatcherd serving for the Cougars, trying to extend the lead, not have to fight back from down in this set. Nice run in the middle. Narelle Arnold finds a way.
And these sets just coming up, it's like an inch higher than they were in those first and second sets, and it is all it takes.
Yeah,
That's the
just
secret
enough
sauce.
to work with.
Well, it's enough that, you're swinging down instead of forward.
Some nasty side spin on that serve. Great contesting middle block from Narelle Arnold. And she gets a kill, sneaks it past the block of Emma Boyd.
I like that set a lot from Anderson. It's the anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, give it right in transition.
Yeah, the middle to middle. Yeah, I like it. It's tricky.
Olsen serving harder and harder. Outside, Coulter down the line, and Olsen picks up the dig. Set right over. Davies Nira stays down, and she'll set it over. Still alive. Clean contact, believe it or not. Outside, Coulter, dug by Bellerose. And that one finally falls as Boyd has a strong presence at the net.
Yeah, and that one, Boyd doing a really nice job of staying patient. That's such an ego play for so many people of not pressing too early. She did such a great disciplined job of keeping that in check, waiting, staying patient before it crosses. Sorry, before it crossed.
Desautel passes, long distance, step run, coming over the net, and contested by Grace Coulter. Here comes a free ball for the Cougars into the middle, and Arnold ready for the swing of Maya Morgan.
That was absolutely stunning from Norelle Arnold. Just read that so perfectly. And this is where you start to get later into a match where you've started to see what has been effectively running for different middles.
And a hard read, too, because Morgan really keeps her shoulders open. You don't really know where she's going to swing
She
to.
does. She does.
Continuing to go front row left side on her serving target. Just make life difficult for the Dinos. The Cougars get a free ball. Step run is a bit too high for Morgan. Not a lot she could do on that one.
Yeah, that would have been a really beautiful set for an outside hitter, but on the slide, there's just nothing you can do to slow yourself down.
Good pass there by Coulter. And swinging cross court, Maya Morgan misses wide.
I do like the return set there from Herod. Just give her hitter another opportunity.
Arnold. And Saskatchewan has to fight that one off. Coulter rolls it off the block into the middle. Davidson picks up a piece of it as it comes back, puts it on the net for Coulter, tips it over. Back row, Desautel has to tip it. Inside, and Coulter 1 foot takeoff, rolls it over. Might have been going out. Desautel plays it anyway. Tipped over, put back over by the block. Hansen swings away down the line, but misses.
Hansen's still looking for it.
Yeah, hasn't quite found it.
Yep.
And part of that could be the pressure of being one of two main serving targets.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
One big
that
thing you've got to think about.
That takes up so much of your mental fortitude.
Big serve. And outside, it'll call a double on Amelia Anderson.
Yeah, not surprised on that one, just given the standard that this reffing team has set.
And it's been rock solid, fairly.
Yeah, they've been very consistent with these calls. And that's all players want.
Down the line this time, Bellero passes it perfectly. Into the middle, tipped over by Sam Silva. From the back row, Davies Nera off the hands of Hansen. Nice track down and dig by Bellero. Rolled over by Olsen. Outside from Herod. Down the line, and Olsen picks up another dig. Outside to Hansen. Dug by Coulter. Herod running all the way over. The Dinos pick it up. Back row, swing from Desautel is dug. Here comes Scatchard once again. Dug by Bellero. Well, someone's got to put it over. Olsen does it. The set dump is read by Silva. Here comes Scatchard once again off the block and right back over. Davies Nero just pops it up. Coulter's going to swing from the back row. Puts in a high roll shot. Middle. Finally comes to an end. Sam Silva with a soft touch to finish the rally.
Some beautiful defense there by the Dinos. Bellero just laying out for one of those digs. And that to me is just about, that. This is mental fortitude right here. This is how far can you stick it out.
Some of those long rallies lasting a minute or more. Always fun to see how and why someone puts an exclamation mark on it. Good leave. Honestly, I would have taken that.
A dance move leave.
Yeah. A picture-perfect rollout as that one goes off the tape and narrowly misses the line.
Narrowly misses Scatchard.
Cougars up 9-8. Maya Morgan going after Sophia Hansen. Big swing from Hansen on the right side. High, hard, and deep.
And the one thing that I'm most looking forward to with Sophia Hansen, knowing that she is about to have a prolific career with the Dinos, is this consistency is going to, it's going to get better and better every single game, every single set.
Tough serve, taken by Coulter. And Silva closed and was there, just not pressed over quite far enough. As that ball sneaks its way past, another kill from Sydney Scatcher. And that is her 8th of the night. Herod going down the line. Desautel picks it up. The middle run. Put over by Silva, and Davies Nero rolls it. Desautel swings away, took off some power. And Boyd couldn't quite catch up to it in the middle.
And, you know, Dino's doing a really nice job of reading these middle attacks. Because Herod is running a very creative middle offense right now. She's giving them 50s, she's giving them 30s, she's giving them everything.
But the Dinos, like, yeah, to their credit, they're on their assignment. Making sure never let the blockers out of the middle, out of their sight.
A bit of it is also, you know, a student of the game. It's you're watching the game as it's happening live and making adjustments throughout the match based off of what you're learning. And that is a tough thing to do. It's a coach's dream.
Good serve, a good pass rather. A little bit tight, but a great way to find a kill. Narelle Arnold tipping that one to the floor.
Yeah, and right now we're seeing that issue again. These sets are starting to drop a little bit. Middle's needing that extra inch.
Neck and neck so far here in the third set. Deep serve, what a serve from Daisy Olsen. The insistent out call.
I mean, Grace Coulter, she's coming really inside on this serve receive, leaving quite a big hole there. She's making the adjustment now, but that was she, I think, wasn't quite positive how close she was to that line.
Coulter passes that one. Perfect pass from her. Davies Nira. Perfect in-system right side ball. She makes no mistake. Not really a one-on-one, but a big enough seam that you may as well call it that. More than enough for her to work with. Oh, good pickup off the net. And I do love the aggression from Desautel, but it rolls off the tape and back over. Good communication by the Dinos as that one sails out.
Yeah, out by about half an inch. It's a very good read.
And neither team has really made their move yet this set. Halfway through the set, knotted up at 13. Roll shot from Coulter is read and dug by Olsen. Back row tip from Desautel, picked up by Davies Nira, and Coulter swings away. Olsen gets a nice pancake dig down the line. Davies Nira swings, and it's a Dinos blocker on the net. Bring that rally to an end. Some good defensive fire here from the Dinos. One of the toughest servers on the Cougars, Bronwyn Davies Nira, going after Hansen down the line. She tips it. Doug. And Coulter trying to go very sharp across court, and one of her first unforced hitting errors of the match.
Yeah, that cutty just wasn't quite high enough on that set.
Good serve, a bit tight, and Hansen ready for it and gets the stuff block on Maya Morgan.
Yeah, Maya Morgan doing such a great job to try to get out of the way, but just not quite quick enough, that one coming back and hitting her.
passing right now from the Cougars. Arnold picks up a dig down the line, and Hansen rolls it over. Coulter ready for it, hustles to get back outside, and down the line, Narelle Arnold with a perfect dig down the line. Hansen finishes it with a big swing. The Dinos are pumped up about that one.
Oh, we love a middle on back defense.
Not one, but two digs for Narelle Arnold, who will continue to serve. Deep serve passed by Scatcherd, and Coulter goes off the hands of Anderson down the line.
Yeah, just clever plays here by Coulter. She's seeing big hands, and instead of being intimidated or freaked out by them, she's seeing, it's like seeing dollar signs.
Yeah,
in front of
honestly, she sees a target.
Yeah.
That was her 9th kill of the match. Big serves from her as well. Good find by Anderson. What a run! Sophia Hansen lets out a bit of frustration on that ball.
Yeah, that was an absolute rip by Sophia Hansen. When the set is there for her and she has an open net, she is lethal.
That was her set. Dinos up by 2 once more. Perfect pass from Davidson. And that'll be another Dinos point as the middle set too high for Maya Morgan.
It does seem as though Harrod's connection with Emma Boyd is significantly stronger than her connection with Morgan.
It does. I mean, with Boyd,
she's
the
also
contact point is...
Yeah, 3 inches taller that can make some adjustments that other people can't.
Big swing from Scatcherd, who goes off the inside seam for a kill. And Silva hustling to get outside and close it up. It's a battle of inches. Bellero backs up and takes that one. Hansen from the right side. Block comes right back over. Olsen tips it down the line. Kept alive, and Scatcherd has to roll it. Right side, Hansen tips it deep and finds the kill. Smart play there by Sophia Hansen, realizing running out of options.
Yeah, right now, Dino's just playing clever. Just they're looking for the holes.
Exactly, yes. Using their court vision and not trying to force anything that's not there. Step run to Boyd. Really great looking step run, kind of floating out right to where Boyd was going.
Yep. And now this is where the Dinos got caught up last set.
Got away from Hansen. Deshotel is going to go into the inside, swings away, and the benefits of aggression on display there.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's all because of power. That's all because she's swinging hard.
Miranda Baines coming in to serve. Davidson fights that one off. Right side into the deep corner. Unfortunate there as Hansen and Anderson both kind of backed off. Weren't sure if it was going out or if the other would take it.
Yeah, and that one is always deceptive because it is coming off her hand so high, and you're not necessarily seeing the snap on it. You don't know how fast it's going to be cycling down. It's a really nice swing.
Big serve from Sydney Scatcherd.
And serve receive continuing to be the pain point of these late pushes.
Eerily similar to second set, not to jinx anything for you Dinos fans. Here's another test for the home team. The block is there. Bronwyn Davies-Nira puts some strong arms over on Dominique Deshotel and ties it up at 20. And here we are at the red zone once again. The Cougars threatening.
3 Stars of the Week, presented by OEB Breakfast. Alexandra LePage in the pool, Miriam Cohn on the basketball court, and she's here tonight, number 4, Evia Bellero, Dinos volleyball player. There's also 3 Men's Stars of the Week. On the basketball court, 2 of them, Nate Petrone and Declan Peterson. And from the pools, Stephen Calkins. Congratulations to this week's men's and women's 3 Stars of the Week, presented by OEB Breakfast.
Congratulations to Evia Bellero. Well earned, well deserved. On a night that hasn't been a great night defensively for the Dinos, she's been a constant.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, picking up 9 digs tonight.
And like you said, the red zone is confidence.
Yes, the red zone is anything can happen in the red zone.
And here we are, Sydney Scatcher serving, and I heard an in call, but that's only because every ball that goes over the net is in until it's not.
That is a Christine Biggs point.
Big coach's point. As we'll have Bain stay in and Bellero replace Hansen. Quick ball to the right side, picked up by Baines to keep it alive. They'll give it back to Davies Nira, who swings down the line. Bellero with a dig. Deshotel tips it down, perfectly placed, and Scatcherd is ready for it. Coulter is dug by Baines. Deshotel is dug by Scatcherd. Outside to Coulter off the block of Anderson. Right side to Davies Nira, who tips it, and Bellero ready for it. One-handed digs, keeping it alive. Right side, Bronwyn Davies Nira swinging and just misses, and the Dinos pick up a huge defensive point.
That was a massive point for the Dinos. Baines just laying out on a few of those plays. That's such a great confidence builder for a player who's coming off the bench, who they know they need to be a spark. They know that they need to do something that the other players on the court are not doing.
Oh, great serve from Olsen, but a good pass. Blockers put it back. And wow, like you said, creatively running the middle, Lexi Herod dishes to Emma Boyd.
Yeah, that's a really nice pass there from Herod, and just staying in the zone there from Emma Boyd. That's challenging to do, but she's 4th year. She's been doing it for years. She's, used to play with Quinn Pelland, who I'm sure would have been teaching her all of those tricks.
Deshotel passes nice and high. Step run to Arnold, and that one got away from her a little bit. Had to stop herself in the middle of the approach.
Yeah, so key to red zone especially is that in the event that you do make an error, you have to goldfish it. You have to forget that it happened and start again.
Tough serve from Boyd. And Bellero puts it over with a one-handed jab. Into the middle, Morgan tips it over. Picked up by Olsen, and Deshotel swings. Ooh, off the dome of Morgan. Play's gonna continue here. Davies Nira sets it off the block, and Boyd will put it up inside for Coulter. Nothing she could do there, and we may have a timeout right off the bat here.
Yeah, I think they're gonna quickly make sure that she's okay.
She's nodding to Schmooland, seems to be all right.
Yeah, Schmooland being the coach that she is, there's no way she's risking any kind of injury for any of her players.
Puts the Dinos up 1-23 serving 22. Great serve from Deshotel, and the swing out of the middle from Morgan is a bit long, and that puts the Dinos at set point.
No timeouts called by Schmooland.
Ice in her veins. That one got away from Coulter, and the Dinos come away with the 3rd set victory to stay alive here. 25-22 is the final score, and here at the Crowchild Classic, we are not done yet.
room for impossible.
My life's too big to share space with a word so small.
I have firsts to achieve.
I have a legacy to leave.
Impossible can't take credit for this.
Impossible gives up. I persist. Impossible moves too slow for me. Choose possible.
Get a little closer. I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out.
Well, through the first two sets, it looked like the Dinos may have been down for the count, but they fought back at the end of set 3.
And I like specifically the style of which they had to fight back, which was gritty. It wasn't a blowout. I find often the third set, if it's a blowout for the team that's down, it almost it doesn't do anything for the fourth set.
Kind of. It's like sends the wrong message almost.
Yeah. Like I find teams, it's a lot easier if you're up 2-1 to blow, or if you're up 2-0 to blow a third set and then just come back and take the fourth. When you lose a third set through grit, like by the other team just out grinding you, it's a little bit of a different headspace.
Yeah, that could be, could speak to a changing of momentum a little bit.
It also just means a change of fight that the Dinos are now putting forward. Like, this game is so mental. Every point is an error. Literally everything is an error.
For the Cougars, at the end of the day, like you said, they've got to try to forget the last set, have the memory of a goldfish, as it were.
A classic Ted Lasso quote, just to have in your day-to-day life. Bad things happen, forget about it.
Starting us off in the fourth is the rookie left side, Sophia Hansen. One-handed set out to Coulter, who tips it over. And Olsen's going to swing away and find her way past the block of Emma Boyd.
Yeah, going on the outside arm of Emma Boyd, that is a tough ball to call for yourself, because her arms reach out pretty darn wide.
She was reaching high and swinging with confidence. Scatcher tracks that one down, but it's a bit of a low set. Davies-Nero goes off the block. Coulter, nice dig from Bellero off of a big swing. And an even bigger block from Davies-Nero on Dominique Deshotel.
Yeah, really, really nice block there from the Cougars. And Bellero just in the perfect position on that dig. That's just a very disciplined dig, but that is an even better block.
And Bronwyn Davies-Nero, such a strong presence on the outside. Great pass from Bellero. Tight set, played off the block for a recycle. Tipped over, and Herod runs Coulter on the left side, who catches the line. And even if it was out, which is what the Dinos are arguing, there was a block touch on the net in any event. Cougars up 2-1. Bronwyn Davies-Nero floating, and that one Went down and then up again.
The magic of the Jack Simpson Gymnasium. The ghost just playing with us.
It does feel a little drafty in here tonight.
It does. A lot of people, a lot of breath in this gym right now.
Yeah, continuing to fill up. As if you hadn't had your fill of volleyball entertainment tonight, we will have the men's game coming up right after this. Big serve from Coulter. Into the middle, power tip straight down from Narelle Arnold.
Just nice positioning there from Arnold. And for Davies and Yara, that one's tough because I feel like you have no momentum to rely on. Those tips are just
essentially,
you need to build your own momentum.
Yeah, you've got to provide it yourself, but tough one to read, even tougher to dig, and that's a good leave from Grace Coulter as that one sails wide from Olsen. Emma Boyd with 8 kills on the night, serving away. The middle run a bit low there from Arnold. That's the one thing that the Dinos haven't quite figured out yet this match.
Yeah, we've seen little glimpses of glory through that middle connection, but the theme of the night has been low.
Really tough serving from Boyd. Looks like that was going to clip the line if Desautel didn't take it. Cougars receive a free ball. And into the middle, a picture-perfect run from Maya Morgan.
Great snap there from Maya Morgan, just getting every inch.
And Lexi Herod putting it in the perfect position. Herod maybe a little bit of an unsung hero from us tonight, as an ace serve from Emma Boyd builds the lead. We go to 7-3.
Yeah, Dinos right now need to find that fight that they had at the end of that third set.
Wow, off the tape another time. Good save by Bellero. Kept alive, and Hansen, puts it in a spot close to the net, and that one got away from Anderson a bit. That will prompt the first timeout of set 4.
We're seeing some ball control errors, which for me is a little bit of there's something going on mentally where you're distracted, you're a little bit checked out, you're focusing on something else.
Yeah, so a bit of a settle down timeout.
Yeah, that's my guess what this is for Biggs. They've got the slingshot going in into the crowd. Dinos t-shirts up for grabs. This is the first that I've seen of this slingshot. This is hilarious.
This is a pretty serious contraption. I want to see how high it can go. Kate, when I was a much younger man, I was sitting up in the nosebleeds in this gym, and I think it was Graham Vigrass as a player, and they were throwing little signed
You're aging yourself a little
volleyball.
bit
I know. When I was in high school and when he was in his prime of the CIS days.
Yes, of course.
And he threw an autographed Dinos volleyball up there.
You still have it?
I missed it.
Oh.
It went right through my arms, Kate.
Someone else has it.
Someone else has it.
I mean, I'm sure you could ask him for one now.
That's true. Coach's point for Christine Biggs.
I wonder if they track these the way that we track these. Coach's points?
I don't have a spreadsheet. I mean, maybe next season.
Every year we say we're going to.
All right.
And every year we don't do it.
Next year, we're doing it.
We're going to have just like a star sheet behind us. Yeah.
A serve from Dominique Desautel off of Grace Coulter. Rare miss from Coulter, who's had a great performance in serve receive. All around, really, but she's been solid on serve receive as well.
Yeah, the Cougar serve receive in general tonight has been quite stellar.
Better pass the second time around, and Scatcherd swings away one-on-one, and she makes no mistake.
She gets so much height off of her approach. And I mean, she's already 6'1", so she's coming in at such an angle that's so tough to defend against. If you don't have 4 strong arms in front of her, that's likely lethal.
And she snaps high.
Yeah.
Ooh, tricky serve there. Lexi Herod serving into a lot of traffic on that sideline, and despite the out call, that one's taken and it goes off the platform and out for an ace.
I mean, when you serve it into traffic, that is always a potential of they just can't get out of the way fast enough.
Going for a different seam this time. Popped up high by Deshotel, and Hansen somehow keeps it alive and they put it back over. Right side, Davies Nira is blocked by Sophia Hansen.
Yeah, it was a nice fix there from Hansen.
Serving sub Kaylin Tanton will come in. We saw immediate success from her in set 1, coming in to get a
couple of aces.
Yeah, a couple of aces right off the bat.
Her serves just, they drop.
Good pass. And down the line, what a swing from Sydney Scatcherd.
And that was beautiful. I know a lot of people hoping that one was going out, but that was, I'm sitting as smack dab on that line as you can, and that just painted it.
Going for a little something extra on that serve. Scatcherd goes a bit too low into the net.
And Cougars right now, the thing they need to pay the most attention to is not letting the set get away. He's not letting things get away from them. They're up in front. Don't get too comfortable. It's the how can you keep pressure on
without kind of overextending yourself, I guess. Wow, good reflexes by Davies Nira to almost dig that one up off of the block, but Hansen gets it done down the line.
Like, absolutely, you should test things out. This is your opportunity to try things under pressure in a game situation.
Dinos fighting their way back, now within 3. That serve of Anderson is a bit low. That hits the net. And Emma Boyd back up to the front for the Cougars. Maya Morgan to serve. Pass and swing for Hansen. Tags the line on a big swing. And I don't know if it was a confidence building thing or just a lack of options there. No, absolutely she had other options.
I mean,
I love the set choice.
That's also a nice matchup. Coulter is an undersized hitter. That block is going to be a little bit smaller.
Anderson into the middle. And Silva finds the block of Bronwyn Davies Nira. It's unfortunate there because that had the height that they've been looking for, that middle set. But as always, Bronwyn Davies Nira ready for anything the attackers can throw at her. Really focused on hitting Sophia Hansen, and Dominique Deshotel stays hot on the outside.
Pinballing off of a couple of players there.
Going off the high hands of Emma Boyd. As Tanton hits the front row and will come back out for Narelle Arnold. Silva dropping float serve. That's an ace off of Grace Coulter.
Yeah, Silva, another one of the players on the Dinos that has, it's such a deceiving serve. The women's game is much more about the float, the movement.
Yeah. More subtle. Big swing from Coulter. And that goes off, I think it was the inside arm of Arnold. Very tough ball to dig as the 6-back defender.
Of course.
But Hansen still getting a piece of it. And oh, the perfect net touch for Grace Coulter. What What can you say? The net taketh. The
Yes.
net.
The net is always the 7th player. We just don't always know what team they play for.
Wow, another one off the tape. Good chase by Deshotel to bring it back, and they keep it alive. And the setter dump is unsuccessful, crossing the plane. And Herod is front row, is she not?
She is front row.
I'm not sure.
I don't know, yeah. That was confusing.
Life goes on.
I mean, I guess you
Dinos-
can't cross the plane regardless,
I suppose
on a second contact, but still.
Swinging down the line and misses. Sydney Scatcherd with a rare miss from her. Dinos now within 2.
Yeah, that was a very aggressive swing there from Scatcherd. We haven't seen her swing line that much.
Not much. It's high seam, high cross.
Yeah. And Dinos really haven't given her line.
Back row run. The C ball from Davies Nera is dug. And Deshotel swinging from way back. Tough assignment for her as she's basically halfway between the end line and the middle line. And the Cougars block makes short work of it.
You know, I'm not surprised Daisy Olsen coming out in the back row. They have not used C-ball really at all tonight.
Not much. So more of a defensive boost here with Miranda Baines. And if you're Miranda Baines, you're thinking, that's right.
Yeah.
Don't serve it to me. You're so scared to serve it to me. You'd rather serve it out.
Service pressure is the name of the Canada West volleyball game.
High ball to the outside, and Scatcherd into the block. Kept alive. Herod with a roll shot. Outside to Hansen, who just misses down the line. They've got a little bit greedy with the mismatch on Herod. Because swinging up and over the block, but a bit long.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you're going for the mismatch, it's really hard to call touch, to call that there was a touch.
Quick run on the right side, kept alive by Herod. And she'll call everyone off. Put the ball over for a free ball. Another step run, not quite in system. Nice dig from Deshotel. Hansen cross court and caught the line that time.
Yeah, much better swing there from Hansen. A lot more controlled.
And it's telling that it's been kind of a quiet night from her, but she still has 9 kills already. And I'm sure is not done yet this evening. Herod stays down and runs Davies Nera on the left side. And again, most of the Cougars kind of struggling to find the line shots.
Yeah, we saw a lot of success from Coulter down that line, but Dinos have since adjusted. They have taken a bit more of that line out of the way. So they're really going for that's a fine, fine line that you have to hit.
Tough serving from Arnold. From the right side, wow, somehow comes right back over. Silva gets a hand on it, rolls over the tape, and back down to tie it up at 17 and force a Cougars timeout.
Yeah, not surprised by this timeout by Rhonda. Just at this point, you're watching that grit come back.
UMC students, did you know you get free tickets to all Dinos regular season home games for free? Yes, free. Get your tickets online at godinos.com/tickets. You don't want to miss out on this year's action-packed season. Check out godinos.com/tickets. It's free.
The last 3 sets have all featured moments pretty much exactly like this one. Right around the 17-18 point mark, the teams are dead even.
Yeah, and the first set, I think everyone just
Not the first set.
forgot about.
Not that we don't talk about
the Cougars had a great time in the first set.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. They definitely they were feeling real good.
From points 1 to 25, they were.
Yeah, they're a well-oiled machine. But for sets 2 and 3, yeah, you're right. it was right around 19, like the 18-19 range, where in the second set, Cougars decided to close it, close it out, and then in the third set, you saw kind of a switch over, and the Dinos went for the push.
So here we have another chapter in the same story. Will the Dinos take the lead here and force a fifth set? Or will the Cougars try to finish it in 4? It's a good start there for the Cougars. As I think it was a net touch.
Violation.
Yeah. And we'll take another look at that last play. It had a couple of people confused, myself included.
Oh yeah, just a little bit of a hand there from Silva.
Big serve, Scatcher. High middle ball, and Sam Silva tried to flush it away. It's a good idea. Just a hard ball to control coming over your shoulder like that. Good pass from Dominique Deshotel and a quick run outside. Sophia Hansen liked what she saw on that set, decides to unload.
Yeah, and that's a set, like, that's the most perfect swing that you can have on that set. There's nothing that anybody can do to save that ball. It's going flying high.
High ball out of system to Coulter, who rolls it away, gets away with a little bit of a lucky break as it goes through the seam of the block.
Yeah, sometimes that roll just is so difficult to tell what the momentum of it's going to be, and difficult to block against, especially when it's going between a seam.
Coming onto the court for the first time tonight, number 16, Fiona Brown, the second year out of Winnipeg. Deshotel passes well. And good slowdown by Coulter on the right side. Davies Nira chips it over. Too far outside. And inside to Hansen, to Baines. She's dug by Scatchard. And the swing from Grace Coulter finishes.
I think Deshotel wanting that one back.
And if you're a volleyball player, you can relate to the feeling. In your hands, and all of a sudden, it's out the back. And that'll be both timeouts taken this set for the Dinos. And a good time to take one. You can never really let this Cougars team get too far of a lead. You know exactly what they can do with that.
Feels so strange to be seeing the Cougars bench with Haley Rowe and Marshall
in their
not
coaches
in coaches
days,
gear and not in
End of an era, as it were. If any of you are around for the 2022 season, you may have been in this gym.
Yeah, Haley Rowe is to this day still one of my all-time favorite players to have watched play in this gym. Just an absolute beast.
Coach Schmulin in her first season trying to coach her team 4 points up rather, to this victory.
And that is the third Christine Biggs point of the night.
Put it in the non-existent spreadsheet. So Miranda Baines will come back out, and Daisy Olsen up to the front row. Dinos down by 2. At this point in the game, it's a big 2 points. Good blocking pressure, but they keep it alive. Here comes Davies Nira from the right side, tips it down the line, but Bellero, what a dig from her. Olsen off the block and out.
And Dinos creeping.
Some great defensive effort here from the Dinos. The Cougars are throwing a lot of creative shots at them.
I like that set there from Anderson, bringing Daisy Olsen inside.
Short float serve, but Davies near a decent seam, and she unloads on that.
Yeah, that wasn't even a one-on-one.
You give her really any kind of space. She's got one of the stronger arms on either team in this gym. Lightning fast run to the outside, but a good slowdown by Coulter. And Coulter will swing down the line in response. What a point from number 11, Grace Coulter.
Yeah, really, really nice swing there.
And that puts the Cougars 2 points away. Credit where credit's due, they are not coasting.
No.
They decided to go out and take these points. Big serve, Desotel passes, and she'll swing. Gets a pass and swing kill of her own to keep the Dinos alive.
Sophie Paul coming in. Not running any defensive risk right now. Sophie Paul's had her opportunity in the libero jersey for this Dinos team so far this season.
First year out of Edmonton. Coming in, going after Coulter. Into the middle. A couple of one-handed digs keeping the ball alive and putting it over. Outside, Coulter off the block and just out. Olsen thought it might have been in, but that one is a resounding out call from the officials, and we are at match point with the spin serving Grace Coulter at the line. Big serve from her, consistent as ever. Desotel swings off the block. Good slowdown from Herod, who sets up Sydney Scatcherd, who goes off the block for the win. The Cougars take game one of the Crowchild Classic. Final score of this set, 25-21. And a well-earned victory.
Absolutely. That was a really complete performance by the Cougars. They stayed consistent from the very beginning to the very end. They swung with aggression. They swung with a lot of confidence. Herod ran a really, really nice offense. And stick with us. We will have an opportunity to chat with our player of the match, number 11, Grace Coulter from the MRU Cougars. Put on an absolutely lovely performance. Just felt like consistent right from the back, right from start to finish. Just stayed so aggressive.
Yeah, that was the biggest.
She never got.
game.
Yeah, you could tell she never got flustered by anything.
Tentative or yeah.
Yeah.
Similar playing style to Dominique Desotel, so it's cool to see the battles there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But honestly, it seems like the aggression is a larger part of the team strategy.
Yeah.
They played with confidence, kind of start to finish. So this is volleyball. We love high fives.
Yes, yes. We never. Everything is all about touching.
Yeah. Between the points, you're gonna have 50 high fives.
Yeah.
And standing by, we've got Grace Coulter. Congratulations on a great game.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that was a tough one, but we were very tenacious, and we went out there and just gave it our all.
Absolutely, and honestly, from start to finish, we were just talking about you were sort of the queen of consistency the entire night. You looked so confident. You looked like you were having such a great time. Obviously, you've got a brand new coach on this team. There's a lot of changes that are happening. What are some of the things that you guys are saying to each other on the court right now to stay in these games?
Honestly, we do a lot of breathing. We really like to push each other, and that's what's been a big part of being on this team is our coach knows when to push us really hard, and we've learned from her on how to push each other and just really get through those tough moments. It's so much fun, but it's also a really difficult game sometimes. So being able to go out there with some of your best friends and just know that you have each other's back is massive, and that's kind of what we've been learning and what we've been loving to do out there. So yeah, just having each other's back has been big.
I love that. And you know, it was funny, we were talking about this during, I believe it was either the second or the third set, where no timeouts were taken, despite there were some big runs that were happening. There was some momentum stalls. There were moments where you could kind of tell that some coaches might have called a timeout, but I love that your coach gave you guys the opportunity to pull yourself out of that rut.
Yeah.
Like what does that mean for your team, for your coach to have that much faith in you?
She knows we love to fight. She knows that we don't give up easy, and that she knows that we're here to win, and it doesn't matter what it takes. If we have to do it ourselves, so be it. We do love when we get a timeout and get a little break, but
get the water.
It's more for us, like seeing her not call a timeout makes us feel a lot stronger, knowing that she believes in us. So yeah, it's kind of both ways. She believes in us, and we believe in her for believing in us.
I love that. Sounds like a great fit for the culture.
Oh, yeah.
One more question, Grace. Your playing style seems to be really focused on aggression and fire. So what's your mindset kind of coming into a game like this?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, swing as hard as you can.
Well, you're definitely doing that.
Yeah. No, that's why I love the game. To hit as hard as I can, also trying to be a little smarter. But yeah, just knowing that the wins don't come from, tipping and rolling and taking it easy. Like, you have to take risks, and for me, most of the time that means hitting hard. So yeah, I like to take risks, and so does the rest of my team. I don't know if you've noticed, we do like to hit the ball hard.
Yeah, you guys definitely like to deflate balls. And
yeah.
We've seen this Cougars program do this year after year in this gym, and tonight was no different.
It's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, you guys were very fun to watch.
Oh, thanks so much.
Well, that's all we've got for you.
Sorry, we're going to let you get out of harm's way so you can be back tomorrow.
Yeah, congrats again, and good luck tomorrow night.
Thanks so much.
All right, that's all we've got for the women's game tonight. Coming up right away, we will have the men's game in about 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah, 25 minutes? Yeah.
But if you can't join us, thank you so much for watching. For Kate Finley and the rest of the production staff, I'm Brent Ingram. For Crowchild Classic, we're just getting started.